Welcome back to another video. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the first centralized policy, isolating the remote branch. So this will be coming under the control policy. All right. So now, at this moment, what's happening is that we do have a SD-wan fabric, and every device is connected to it, but it's in a mesh topology. So that means branch 1 can communicate with branch 2, branch 3, and branch 4, irrespective of the VPN 10, 20, and 40. All of them they can communicate. Okay. So we want to stop that one now. So we want to make a mechanism in such a way that we want to isolate the branches. Branch to branch communication, they should not be branch to branch communication. Even though there is a branch to branch communication, means they should be able to communicate via their data center only. So current situation is that it's in a mesh one, so we want to make it like an hub and spoke topology. Okay. So just like an hub and spoke. So where our data centers will be acting as a hub and the branches over here will be acting as a spokes. So currently the branch one, so if I go to my branch one, I can see all the prefixes. If I go to branch one, show IP routes in the tabular form, and you see that I am seeing each and every prefix specific 102, 201, 202, 203 and 204. Irrespective of the branch 10, VPN 10 or 20, all of them I am able to see. So we don't want that one. Now we want to stop that. So we configure a policy in such a way that the branch 1 does not see the routes of it. So you see that the branch 1 should not see the routes for the branch 3, 4, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, we don't want branch 1 to see the routes of 2, 3 and 4. They only should be able to see the routes of the data centers DCs. That's all. All right. Now, for this one, what should be the list we need? So we need the site list because we are going to we are going to create a policy in such a way that we are going to accept the data center prefixes, that is TLOCs, and we are going to accept the data center routes, and accept these things we are going to reject every routes and every TLOCs. So we have to create a policy which will define in such a way. So what happens is that when we define a policy, we are saying that accept the data center TLOCs, accept the data center routes, but reject the spokes one. So if we are talking about the branch one, when we push the policy and we are applying with respect to the vSmart, so we create a site list saying DC, which includes data center 1 and 2. We are saying that we are matching the site data center 1 and 2. We are telling the branches or the vSmart that the TLOCs of these DC should be accepted and the route should be accepted. Okay. But while distributing to others in the outbound, because we want the branch 1, 2, 3, 4 to send all the prefixes to the vbound, so that will be inbound. So we are not applying any policy in the inbound, but while vSmart has all the information, so by default it will automatically send information to all the branches. So that's where we want to apply the policy outbound. So inbound, we are accepting all the prefixes and the TLOCs from all the branches and the data centers. But when we create a policy, we are saying that only accept data center TLOCs and the routes, and that should be applied outbound for the branch 1, 2, 3 and 4 only. So that will be only applicable for these branches, but it will not be applicable for the data center. So data center still can see all the TLOCs, all the routes. So that's what we want. So we want data center to see all the routes and TLOCs, but we don't want the branches to see the different branches, other branches, TLOCs and the routes. They should only see the data center TLOCs and the routes. Alright, so currently you can see that I can see a list of the whole list of the routes now. So let's go ahead and construct the policy. So click on configuration and the policies, and here I will click on add policy. So now it will ask you to create a list. So first I will create a site list that will include data centers, that is 101 to 102. And next I will say this one will be the spokes, that is branches, that will be from 201 to 204. Add, that's all. I'm not applying for any specific VPN. So we are not applying for VPN 1020. So we are applying for all the VPNs. So I'm not matching any VPNs. So click on next. So configure the topology and VPN membership. That's what we want. So in the add topology, we will go and create a custom control policy. By default, it is rejected. That is good. We don't change anything. We will click on add sequence type. First, we will click on T-lock. And in the T-lock, we will match. So this is the match over here. So we are matching the site, that is data center. Action, we are accepting. That's it. So the T-lock policy, within the T-lock, we are saying that accept the data center T-locks. That's all. Next, I will select the route policy. Inside that route policy, again, I will match the site's data center, and I will select the action accept and save. That's it. So I said accept the data center routes, and I said that accept the T-lock of the data center. I will say that isolating branches. Okay. So that should be underscore. That's fine. Okay. That's it. Save the policy. That's all. It's very simple. T-lock, we are just matching data center and accepting it. Routes, we are again matching data center and accepting it. We are doing nothing else. Save control policy. So click on next. We are not configuring anything related to the data policy right now. We say next. And now it's time to apply. You see that isolating branches. It's asking where do you want to apply. Click on add new site list, and it is asking it should be uploaded inbound or outbound. Again, with perspective of vSmart, it should be most of the time it will be outbound. So we will select outbound. We want to apply this policy to the branches only. That's it. Click on add. Save the policy. Okay, I need to over here. I will say that central policy version 1 and click on save. So currently this policy has been saved, but it is not been applied. To apply it, we will go ahead and activate it. So again, before I activate, you see that I can see the whole lot of the routing table is so big. So once we apply the policy now, so let it push the policy. Now let's go back to the branch one. Before we were seeing this many routes. Now we are only seeing the routes of the data center. You see the T-locks over here now? Only I see the T-locks of the data center. Similarly, if I go to the branch 3, show IP routes tabular form, again here also I can see only 1, 2, 1 and 2. That's it. I'm only seeing the prefixes from the data center. I'm not seeing any prefixes from the branch 1, 2 or 4. I can see only data centers and itself. That's all. Similarly with the branch 1, branch 2 also, device 1, show IP routes in the tabular form. I'm only able to see the data center. Now let's go to the vSmart now. So here let me log in, and if I say show running config policy, so how the policy, we created the policy that is been converted to CLI. So what it did, so in the policy it created a list. We created a list called as DCs and we defined the list. We created a spokes and the spokes have been created. And after that we created a control policy saying that isolating branches, and we matched the T-lock and we have matched the sites and we accepted it, And again, we created a route sequence, which is number 11, and we have accepted the sites. Any prefixes of the data center, we have accepted it. Apart from these, everything has been rejected now. All right, so let me go back to the branch 1 now. Now, in the branch 1, you see that in the VPN 10, I don't see any other route. So if I try to ping now, ping VPN 10, 10.10.202.1, okay, that is my branch 2, I'm not able to reach now. So there is no connectivity now. So that means I can only able to reach my data centers, but I am not able to communicate with my branches. So that's what we have achieved in this lab. I hope this was informative for you, and thank you.